Dan Hoffman is with us right now, the former CIA station chief in Moscow. You know, Dan, the fact that a lot of these drones have been spotted over military facilities, in a couple of cases over Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster, New Jersey, I would imagine over such facilities, knowledgeable military types would shoot them down, or at least raise a huge fuss when one gets on the president-elect's golf course. So does that raise a military connection here? I don't know if that's good in military here or military elsewhere, but what do you think?
It's hard to speculate. Frankly, it may be unclear what the rules of engagement are. The military may not have concluded what those rules of engagement are. I can tell you that I've got some firsthand experience with drones from having served in war zones in the Middle East and in South Asia. And drones are used for two things: overhead surveillance, reconnaissance, and then for kinetic strikes. So we need to be concerned here. We need to be concerned because there's no attribution so far. We don't know who's behind it. We don't know the motive of the people who are behind it. And therefore, we don't have a real threat assessment. And we don't have a policy to deal with it. So it's like one of those intelligence gaps that's just not getting better with age, like a bottle of fine wine we might be enjoying during the holiday season, Neil. We've got to get to the bottom of this, and quickly. And even in the best case scenario that there is no threat, our adversaries, whether they be state actors like China or Russia or Iran or North Korea, or non-state actors like terrorists, they're tracking on this vulnerability in our skies, prepared to take advantage.
One thing that's very clear, what little I have studied about this, and is it started out with just a few such drones, larger drones than is typically the case, although I'm told that they're not significantly larger, but large enough, and they're in greater numbers. They fly only at night, not during the day. Now, they might be, to your point, equipped with night vision capability to do, I have no idea. But again, there does seem to be a pattern of that, and great difficulty, I would imagine, on the part of local authorities in these towns and communities where they've been seen, to follow up on them, because in almost all of these cases that I read about, as far as I know, Dan, lights out and then they're gone.
Yeah, what we need here is some coordination from the White House and an approach where we work the intelligence community on this one, as well as state, local, federal law enforcement all together, but coordinated out of the White House. And I don't see us doing that. And as a result, folks are concerned, and we should be.
Someone's got to know, right? I mean, I don't know whether it would be at the White House. I don't know whether it would be at the Defense Department. But someone has got to know this, because they wouldn't cavalierly be letting this keep happening, right?
Yeah, but then they've got to inform the public. God forbid somebody spots one of our own drones and we've got like fratricide in the skies, and somebody shoots it down.
Well, that begs the next question, right?
And
if they're not sharing this and they know it, they're not sharing it for a reason. Now, I might be giving them too much credit that they know it, but let's say that they are aware of things and they just don't want to tell us. That could be even worse, right? Your mind races in a vacuum of no information.
Look, when the public's concerned about a threat like this, transparency really matters, and we're not getting that. And that's when you could have second and third order effects that could cause more harm. And I'd like to see the administration, the Biden administration, take the Hippocratic Oath here and try to figure this one out without causing more harm to the civilian population. And yes, President-elect Trump's golf course is in the crosshairs of these things. There were reportedly 50 sightings in one night over New Jersey. That's got to be ringing alarm bells.
Yeah, you would think somewhere, but I don't know. Dan, great seeing you again. Thank you very much. Dan Hoffman, following all of this.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.